to use the basic tools of Tinkercad. So first up is scaling. In my previous project, I built a Death Star and then printed that out. And as you can see, the sphere that I have on my Death Star is a lot bigger than the sphere that you originally drag out. And obviously I wanted it to be as perfectly round as I possibly could. So what I first tried to do is this, which it works, except it's actually a bit flatter and a bit more oval-like. That, it works, you just have to, it's trial and error until you get it right. Something else, or another method you can do is you can use these boxes right here, and as you can see, they pop up with these squares. You click on them, and then type in how big you want it to be, say 10. Hit enter, and then it extends it out to 10. Of course, you don't want it like that, so you would click on the other box and type in, oops, not 2, 10. And there we go. It is now perfectly round, but it's obviously very flat. So now I go to that square right there and type in 10. And now we have a perfectly round, bigger sphere. Next is the rotate. This, I believe, is pretty self-explanatory. Here, I'm going to get a box so it's easier to see. You go here and just click on these little arrows, and then click and drag and tilt it however you want. So you want to make a diamond. There we go. Okay, now is the group tool. So say I am making a very complex design and it's got a lot of moving parts, a lot of different parts, and it's going to be extremely hard to move all those parts around and keep them all lined up how you want them. So once you've got a shape where you want it to be on your design, you would select one of them, press and hold shift, and then click on the other. And see, it's now selected both those shapes. You go up here and press group. And now it changed the color of the sphere to match the one of the square or diamond. And now I can drag it around where I want to and they won't come apart. Say you accidentally move one before you group it, and then you accidentally group it after that, you go up here and press ungroup. And now I can move them both separately. Okay, so the cut tool. In my Death Star, you can see I created these trenches and then this big dish or divot, whatever you want to call it. So what I ended up having to do is, let me tilt that back. That works. I had to, so what you're going to do is you're going to put one of the shapes slightly inside the other one, or however you want to cut it. You select one of them. In this case, I've selected the sphere. You go up here and click hole. Then you shift click and then group them together. And since the sphere is classified as whole, it deletes that one out and deletes all the square that was inside of the sphere. And now you have a hole in the square. Okay, so say you're done with your design, you've got all that you wanted to do. What I ended up having to do for my project is I had to export it as an STL file. And how I did that is I went up here and clicked export, and then clicked STL. And then it went down into here. I clicked open, and here is my model. And oops, drag it onto my desktop. So now I can open it, and there's my model. Okay, how to start printing. This is going to be about MakerBot. This will change depending on whatever type or company your printer is from. So this is going to be about MakerBot. So I've logged in. So I went to My Printers, and then I went to Prepare a File Online. There we go. Okay. And then to start a new print, insert a STL or MakerBot file. So here's my STL file. Click and drag it over here, and put it in. As you can see, there it is. Then here I mess with my settings, so it does it how I want it to. Then I would press export, and then it would start processing, and the printer would start looking at the file and starting to process the model on how it's going to print it.